Well, hello and welcome, everybody. It's week 5 of the NFL, and Minnesota Vikings football is back. This is Randy Replay welcoming you back here to Minnesota Vikings football, as I mentioned before. Today, the 1-3 Vikings go up against the 2-2 Chicago Bears. Monday Night Football at Soldier Field. It's going to be a good day or night, however you want to look at it. Looking at the standings, the Packers are on the top 3-1. The Lions and Bears are tied at 2-2, and then we lost to the Lions, giving them their second win of the season. We have the Bears this week, and then the Packers next week. So if we go 2-3, and we beat the Bears, and then we go to not Lambeau, if we go back home, and we beat the Packers, that will put us either tied for first. It all depends on what the Packers do this week, or it will give us sole ownership of second place. I do believe the Lions are playing the Packers this week. Just so I'm not eating my words, we're going to go take a look at the league schedule for this week, and it is a lie. The Panthers are playing the Lions, and the Packers are playing the Cowboys in the revenge game from just a season ago. So we'll figure out what they done diddly did during our game here, as they will be playing before we do. So, a couple things to get into before kickoff. Mike Zimmer said they will be going with their all-white uniforms instead of the purple pants, and that's kind of the underlying story here. But more importantly, talking to Mike Zimmer this week in practice, said he likes what he's seen from Smeagol, but it doesn't transition to the in-game. I mean, everything is good during the practice, during the week, but it doesn't transfer over to the game. And he says if he's going to give him one more game to kind of show what he really has at this quarterback position, throwing 8 interceptions this season. Not a good start through 4 games. So he's going to give him one more chance, and then he will decide from Kenny Erickson or Steven Campagna. Now, Mike Zimmer likes to hide a few things. I know, with talking and texting more than people know with him, we talk and text more than people would normally know. But that's just me tooting my own horn. Can I get a horn toot? There you go. So talking with him, I could tell he knows who he's going to go with. But, of course, when you're head coach on a national football team under the microscope, you're not going to tip your hand early. You just can't. You just can't. You can't. So we're going to get you ready. Kickoff here, Monday Night Football, Soldier Field, Minnesota Vikings, and Chicago. If we go to 1-4 there, maybe some time to hit the panic button as we are halfway through the first stretch of the season here before the bye week. So, yeah, we lose this game. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the season, and you don't want to get too far in the hole. 1-4 is a pretty big deficit to come back from. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you at halftime.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. 2 teams that rank in the top 10 in rush yards will be in action today, so you can bet this game could have an old-school feel. It's the Vikings going up against the Bears. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauden, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
The first first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the second overall pick in last April's draft from North Carolina, the former Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the D looking like they may blitz. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And here to hook up good to Victor Cruz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Pat O'Donnell to punt in his 4th year from Miami. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Not me to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. The ball comes out. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you can dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards for number 11. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And his kick is good.
But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Langford again. Uses the spin. Finding some room at midfield. Jeremy Langford. Touchdown, Chicago. Jeremy Langford, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Adding 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown run by Jeremy Langford.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
He's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And Charles, when you catch that... Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11.
Let's go.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Hold it to a short gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
On 2nd down, Langford. And he's got some space here. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 17-7 our score. And we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They keep it on the ground with Langford. Finding room inside the 40. And he's brought down.
The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, he picked up a first down with his very next run.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And hello and welcome, everybody. Randy Replay back with your first live replay here. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but it's already week 5 or it's only week 5, excuse me, must have been this bad soda I'm having, and we have the catch of the year, not only for the team, but for the NFL. Oh, by heavens. So as you can see, 2 tight ends set. 8. Actually, you could consider this to be 9 men in the box. They are going 100% run cover. Darian Wilson slips past his guy. I do believe that is Pernell McPhee. No, it's Fuller. He slips past him. No problem. Chucks his hand up. Smeagol chucks up the throw. Over the shoulder catch. 2 feet in bounds. Reaches inside the pylon. Just inside, as you can see there, for the touchdown. Darian Wilson with the catch of the year. And the Minnesota Vikings lead 30-14, pending the extra point. Smeagol to Wilson. 40 yards, leading him towards the pylon. Touchdown, Minnesota. And Smeagol had the conversation with the coach saying this is basically your last chance. He now has 267 yards and 3 touchdowns, completing 73.6% of his passes. If this keeps up, we're not going to see him in the second half just because of how good he's played. Randy Replay very excited about this Monday night primetime game, as you could tell. It's not too much longer now, and I will see you at halftime. This has been Randy Replay with your first live replay of the game. See?
Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack.
Patriot! Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Jeremy Langford, 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Jeremy Langford with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side. And got his man complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings.
Brought him up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Over! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. It worked out for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he spins past him and into space. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Trubisky. And he's got his tight end Miller. Touchdown Bears. Zach Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
Buying time to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go now.
They'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here. They get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live foot. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle. Hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Bears are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Vikings will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights.
And hello and welcome to your halftime break. This is Randy Replay. Minnesota Vikings defense and special teams lets the Chicago Bears back into this one. What at one point was a 21-point lead is now a 38-35 3-point lead for your Minnesota Vikings. Excuse me. Despite Mitchell Trubisky only having 80 yards in the first half and 1 touchdown, it's been Jeremy Langford. We're going to get into these stats here. Jeremy Langford rushing for the Bears, 14 carries, 218 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Oh my goodness. Minnesota Vikings get the ball in just 1 second or 1 moment, however you want to look at it. But first, we get you into these halftime stats. QB rating for Smiga, 158.3. Statistically, his best half of football. 21 for 26. That is 80% completion percentage, for those of you that don't know how to do math or didn't look over here. 387 yards passing, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. This is a bounce-back game from a meeting with the coach that you need to see. And he's been showing why he feels like he should lead this team. Rushing, Justin Sandman, 9 for 61. He leads the team. Derek Fahey in second, 4 for 10, but it's only been Daniel Henricks, 2 for 5 with the touchdown here today. Receiving, Luis Gonzalez prior to the last catch here. Travis Lee led the team in receptions, but Luis Gonzalez took over 5 for 33 and a touchdown. Travis Lee, 4 for 83. He's been the guy that has been getting open. Derek Fahey, 3 for 29, and Darian Wilson, 3 for 94. Since I've seen you last, he has caught a big completion, and longest reception of the day was 43 yards. That was the big one that he jumped over the defender to get, and a touchdown on the day. Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to a defense and look at total tackles where we have a chance for a double-double. It is the safeties, Ploy Tralamalu and Jerry Myers. Leads the team with 4, and then Justin Lewis and Zachary Anderson with 3 tackles for loss. We had a bunch in the first half. Rasheed Spinks, Drew Ward, Jacob Pickering, Aaron Nelson, and Justin Lewis each with 1. We had 2 sacks by Zachary Anderson and Justin Lewis. 1 interception by Robert Nichols in the end zone. No pass deflections, no forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no blocks, although Thaddeus Rosu was close on 2, as you saw. No safeties and no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings today. Kicking, Brandon Baker has been on fire. He's 1 for 2, of course, had the 1 block return for a touchdown right before the end of the first half, actually, as it was expiring. I mean, you just got to do better blocking there. 5 for 5 on extra points. Obviously, you can see 1 block, longest of 22. No punts available because Taylor Pauline hasn't punted yet today. Now, the Minnesota Vikings defense has been, this whole season, has been very, very good. I think we've only allowed 14 points max in the whole third quarter. But now with this much of a lead, you have to protect it now. You can't deviate from anything you've done in the first half. You need to come out here, run this clock out, get this victory. This has been Randy Replay. I'll see you post-game where I can hopefully call a Minnesota Vikings win.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Victor Cruz. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Kendall Wright, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
It's out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And to give this time to the tailback. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're dead stuff while at North Carolina.
Now Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 34 yards there and a 1st down. To get the offense off the field, they'll stay put on 4th and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Here we go. 3-19.
Now Trubisky on first down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down.
Sacrifice pass rush when you're trying to play coverage deep, and it paid off for them in a big way.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. They go screenplay to Langford. And now running right through it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Trubisky. A swing pass caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll look to run with Langford. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where...
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Looking to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Checks it underneath to Langford. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Chicago.
And with that good night, we welcome you back up here into the broadcast booth with Randy Replay. Oh, my heavens, what a game. What a fourth quarter that was indeed. Minnesota Vikings hold on and move to 2-3 out this season. And it doesn't get any easier from here. We get the Green Bay Packers next week. We're going to go ahead and get into these stats. We're going to get you back to the main screen where we will preview that game against the Packers. Smeagol ends the game on a 158.3 QB rating. He was 30 for 38. That was 78% completion percentage. For those of you that don't know how to do math or didn't look over here, 511 yards. The tight ends in this game were so wide open. 511 yards, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions. This is the kind of bounce back game you have to have. We said it at the half, and it's true. I mean, the coach talks to you and says you get one more chance to prove yourself. You come out here and you sling 5 touchdowns and throw for 511 yards on 30 completions. Insanity. So player of the game definitely goes to Smeagol. Player of the game. Rushing, it was Justin Sandman who led the team in carries, 16 for 108 and a touchdown. Sam Gable took over the game in the fourth quarter, 11 for 52. Derek Fahey had a really good game, 10 carries, 86 yards, a touchdown. Daniel Henricks, 4 for 21 and a touchdown. Smeagol even ran for 4 yards. Matthew Peterson, the fullback, getting involved there. Not converting on the third down, then we challenged it, and then didn't turn out the way we wanted to. But hey, what are you going to do? Luis Gonzalez led the team with 7 catches, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Got his first of the season and a second of the season, both in this game. Travis Lee, 5 catches, 92 yards. Luke Slazewski, 4 for 70, his first touchdown of the season. And then Darian Wilson, 3 for 94, and the third and final touchdown. Derek Fahey, 3 for 29. Blake Letelier, actually not the final. We got 2 more to call. Blake Letelier, 2 for 26. Daniel Henricks, 2 for 41. Lou Wang, 1 for 30. And Josh Gable, 1 for 50 with a touchdown. That really, really weird play prior to the half or in the third quarter. I can't remember. Somewhere around the middle of the game, a really broken play. The linebacker went for the swat. He missed it. Josh Gable caught it, ran it for the touchdown. Jesse Peterson only caught one ball for 15 yards. Matthew Peterson got one for 2. Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to defense and look at total tackles, and we have a triple tie. Jerry Myers, Justin Lewis, and Thaddeus Rozu all with 6 tackles in the game. Poi Tralamalu and Zachary Anderson at 5. Rashid Spinks, Drew Ward with 4. Matthew Arnsdorf, Aaron Nelson, Tevin Fair with 3. Josiah Russell, Robert Nichols, Danny Pickering, Jacob Pickering, Ryan Beal, Otis Miller with 2. Leo Neal, Terrell Oliver, Paul Fritchie, Luke Slazewski, Josh Spitzer, Brandon Baker, Travis Lee with 1. Tackles for loss. We added a bunch here in the second half. Rashid Spinks with 2. Drew Ward. I keep wanting to say Darren Ward for some reason. Interesting. Aaron Nelson, Tevin Fair each with 2. Josiah Russell, Jacob Pickering, Ryan Beeler with Justin Lewis with 1. Sacks. We added 2 more. Leo Neal, Drew Ward had the second group of sacks here in the second half of the game. Zachary Anderson, Justin Lewis with the other 2. 1 interception in the game by Robert Nichols in the end zone. Pass deflection, a big one by Thaddeus Rozu there on 4th down. Or 3rd down, whichever one it was. Fumble recoveries, none. Fumbles force, 0. No blocks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings in this one in Chicago. Brandon Baker 1 for 2 for field goals. One was blocked, as you can see here. Longest of 22. 8 for 8 on extra points. No punting. First time of the season, we did not punt. Taylor Pulleen held puntless in the game. Kick returns, Justin Sandman and 1 for 30, and Jesse Peterson at 1 for 30. That's weird. 30s everywhere. No punt returns. We let both of them bounce out of the end zone. As you can see, I'm sorry, if we pull it back up, look at the second half for the Bears. Only held to 17 points. 3 in the fourth quarter. Obviously, we had a chance to score 3 in the fourth and kind of get some more separation, but we decided to go for it. Did not get it on 4th down. And then on the final play of the Bears' drive there at the closing seconds, if Mitchell Trubisky hits Miller or I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure the throw went to Miller and hit him in the back. If Miller caught that ball, that would have been a first down. Then this team would be within field goal range. They would have spiked the ball with seconds left, and it would be up to the defense. So Matthew Arnsdorf was there. Maybe that affected the throw. I'm not sure. Maybe Mitchell Trubisky was under duress. Just made a really bad decision. But anyway, there you see it. 292, 3 touchdowns, and a 73.3% completion percentage for Mitchell Trubisky. But that's not what we're here for. We're going to get you back to the main screen. Preview next week. Border Battle #1 in the series. This has been a game that Randy Replay has had circled since the schedules came out. I'll see you in just a moment. And hello and welcome back to the main screen. We do have a new injury to report. We're going to get all that information after we advance the week here to week 6 of the NFL and Border Battle #1 of this series. If you couldn't see,
decision to make about one of your players.
Doctors have cleared Travis Parker to come back, so that will be an interesting thing to do here. One of these teams is going to go 3-3. It's either going to be the Packers losing or us winning. So let's try and figure something out here. I'm kind of it's kind of funny, but I'm saying that the Vikings will win this game, of course, me being the broadcaster for the Minnesota Vikings radio network. I have to say that. So we have a 3-way tie for second, well, really for the bottom of the division. The Packers are 3-2, but the Lions, the Vikings, and the Bears are right behind them at 2-3. The Packers lost to the Cowboys in the revenge game, so they fall to 3-2 now, dropping 2 in a row, I do believe, after going 3-0 to open the season. So they are vulnerable. They are at home against the Minnesota Vikings, where the stadium is louder than usual. So on paper, this seems like a very, very good matchup. I mean, Travis Parker's cleared to come back. Might have to hold him out just for purposes, but we're going to take a look at our injury report here. We have a new injury. See who it is. It is Zachary Anderson with a shoulder tear. Tore his shoulder there in the third quarter, I do believe. He's out for 4 weeks, so we don't have another corner. Dislocated ankle. He's still on the injury list here, so we're going to have to hold him out. So, but without another corner, this is going to be very interesting to say the least. So the Vikings have a decision to make. Just for S&Gs, we're going to take a look at the Packers. Okay, so Ty Montgomery, their starting running back with a ruptured disc, out for 3 more weeks. And then Kenny Clark with a foot fracture, out for 7 weeks. Of course, he is their starting left end, I do believe, where I'm sure the coaches will take everything into consideration and put the best team on the field against the Packers in border battle number 1 of this series. It's going to be a good game. Be sure to come out early. There's a lot of things going on pre-game. And will we see the same Smeagol at quarterback? Or will this Packers defense give him some trouble? You got to believe he's the one that's going to go. This has been Randy Replay.